Good morning. Welcome to Mondays with Marthie. It feels like I'm back from outer space. Please subscribe to my channel. I'm so excited. We finished Women on Fire, the show. 8 people on stage with me, and it was amazing. I learned a lot, and I was very disappointed because I wasn't able to live stream, but hopefully today I'll redeem myself a little bit. But anyway, today I want to talk about 3 things. First thing is the silk scarf. The second thing is Beyond the Light. And the third thing is, what are you famous for? So the first thing is the silk scarf. So there's a couple of things that I learned from my band members. And the one guy is Charles Mostert. He's a violinist. And you see a violin and you say, oh, it's very complicated to play. And I think it is. But one thing that amazed me is he has a little sling carry bag for it that's made of jean material. He said, oh, my mom made it for me. And you can see that she made it with so much love. It's very, very special. And I think sometimes you must realize that some people bring to your party things that they can offer. They can't play violin, but they can make a bag for you to keep your violin in good condition. I mean, I give that violin one day in my car and it will be smashed. So when he opens up the violin case, it's got this soft inner lining, and he actually wraps it in a silk scarf. And it's like, why do you wrap it in a silk scarf? He says, because he keeps it warm. It's real silk. It keeps it warm so that it doesn't go out of tune. And that's how he protects it. And so Charles goes through a lot of trouble to keep his violin in mint condition. I still want a picture of it and ask him how old it is. But just to let you know that if you have something that is of value to you, you need to take precautions to keep it safe and take care of it. And I think sometimes that's what we have to do with ourselves as well. Sometimes we're very rough on ourselves. We tend to eat the wrong stuffs and not do the right exercise, not sleep enough, have too much stress. And then we maybe have to get back to wrapping ourselves in a scarf and put ourselves in a position where we can be hugged and loved, and allow people to add what they can to make your journey safer and take care of yourself better. So for me, it's a bit like doing Women on Fire was my final thing. And if you ask me, Marthie, did you go to the moon? I would say yes, I did go to the moon. In Canada, I spent 10 years in the basement. Visually, for me, if I would have had to draw it in a picture. And back in South Africa for 7 years, I've spent time in orbit going to the moon, and now I'm trying to get back, and that means I have to slow down a little bit, and it's really hard if you've been working so hard and you're used to that stress and high level of functioning, for me anyway. So that's the silk scarf. The second one's Beyond the Light. When I did my show, I knew like 10 or 20 people that would come to my show, but I didn't know if they would actually arrive, if they would be there. I invited them. But it was a full audience, but I couldn't see them. I was on stage, I could see my band members, and the lights were in my eyes. So I couldn't even see the faces of the first row of people. Now, afterwards, my feedback I got was, Marthie, you should have spoken more Afrikaans. And I did an English show with English talking in between. And but the thing is, I didn't realize that there were many Afrikaans people because I couldn't see them, because I could only see what was included in the light that was around me. So I think sometimes in life that's true too. You must realize that sometimes what you can see and what you experience is so close to you and so bright and so intense, but what's beyond that, you don't know about it. So this sometimes is significant because you have to realize that you have to be aware that there's more going on than what you are able to perceive or experience. And yes, so that comes with, I don't know, for me it's a lesson. Next time I will do more Afrikaans, but I think people have expectations and you have expectations, and to start meet them, it's a back and forth until you get to a place where it's a sweet spot. I don't think I'm quite there yet, but you have to strive to something. So that is the Beyond the Light. And the third thing is, what are you famous for? And I found this a lot recently. People are excited about what I do and how I do it and what I'm about. And then I get oh, this is Marthie. Marthie, I know you. And then, but I don't know that person. But he knows me, and knows me well enough that he can introduce me to the next person. So I think sometimes it takes a bit of thought to say, well, what do you want to be famous for? Because now that this person's going to introduce me to the next person, and I don't know what he's going to say. But usually they say, you're very busy. So I want to if you're going to be famous for something, you better make sure that people know what you want to be famous for, or make it clear. So I think that is something to strive for, to make sure that people know that if there's anything they want to mention about you, it's this one thing, and that you want to be famous for this one thing. Because it can become blurry. So that's why branding is important, and also how you sell yourself. So I think it doesn't happen in the beginning, but at the end you have to start forming a brand and what you're about, so that the next person has a clear vision of how to present you to the third person. So I know it sounds complicated, but that's just what I've been experiencing. Somebody else introducing you, and what are they going to say about who you are, what you stand for. So there's the 3 things. The silk scarf, wrap yourself up and be safe. Beyond the light, what happens and what you can see. And the third thing is, what are you famous for? So please subscribe to my channel. I am starting to collect stories of hope. I'll pretty soon start that. Oh, Nashville. I'm planning to go to Nashville next week. But as life goes, I have a bit of a challenge. I didn't realize my Canadian passport expired. So now I have a problem. I have to get I have a South African passport, luckily, but I have to get a visa. So if you have any prayers, you can give it to me for the visa, that it will be on time, so that I can actually book a ticket to go to Nashville. Nashville is about meeting people in the music industry and learning from them and bringing it home, so that I can empower more people to be independent artists and influence their communities positively, build relationships across the world, because we'll be going back and forth. They come perform here in South Africa, I go and perform there in their country, and not just me, I'm just symbolic of a musician and an ambassador for their country. So I'm very excited, and I hope to see you next Monday.